Were you able to attend the intelligence briefing on the NSA surveillance program?
Only for a little bit, and so I popped in, and I was able to hear a little bit about kind of the scope of obtaining records. And my issue with this is very similar to my problem and issue with the Department of Justice going on a fishing expedition, snooping into the personal and professional lives of more than 100 journalists. You know, I get national security. I understand that we need to remain vigilant, but I also understand liberty in the Constitution. And I believe that in these cases, these are fishing expeditions that cross the line. There's no parameters. There's no clear-cut answer for where this stops. And that's my big problem with this in the big picture.
When the president said that the government isn't listening in on anyone's phone calls, do you believe that statement or do you have doubts after going to this briefing?
I don't know. But here's what I do know. The problem, if liberals, Democrats are looking at what the IRS did, for example, and saying, that's kind of funny, that's cute, they targeted Tea Parties. Here's the problem. Liberal groups will be next. I want to stand up for everyone and make sure that the executive branch is kept in check because I don't have these answers. We have to lean on, as members of Congress, to make sure that we don't compromise our liberty for a little bit of security.
Do you agree with Speaker Boehner that Ed Snowden, who leaked the NSA data, the classified information, is a traitor? Do you agree with him that he's a traitor?
I think that he needs a fair trial. Look, in his situation, he needs to be tried. Period. He violated, his place of work. It's a national security issue, but he's not a whistleblower. Okay, we keep hearing that this guy is a whistleblower. A whistleblower would have gone through the proper channels and not moved to China to go grab headlines in newspapers and try and get the spotlight on him.
Now, when the White House says that members knew about the spying program, the surveillance program, is that something that you agree with now, knowing what has been released?
I've been here for 6 months. And I reject this concept of, well, this is the way that we've always done it. I have not been privy to some of the intelligence briefing that more senior members have, but as a member of Congress who believes in liberty, who believes in the Constitution, I will do whatever I can to continue to give pushback on this heavy-handed executive branch. Because, again, and I cannot stress this enough, if you give the government an inch, they'll take a mile. And if we allow all of this to keep just going and going unchecked, what happens next is what we see at the IRS, where we allow the power to go unchecked. It becomes a part of the collection and then of information, and then it's used for political purposes. And that's what scares me.